Okay, now the next one is chemical equations. So chemical equations, what are these? It's a type of equation that represents a chemical chain. They represent the chemical chain. We know what is chemical chain? The type of change or a process which involves the formation of new substances. So the substances from which we start, they are known as reactants, and which are formed, they are known as products. Products and reactants representation, that is shown by the equation that is known as chemical equation. Now you keep in mind that reactants, they are always written on the left hand side, and products, they are always written on the right hand side. And reactant to product, one arrow is shown, so that represents the change. That is, from this side, these side product are formed. These products, they are getting formed from this very particular part. Now consider a reaction like when we burn wood or coal. So burning, that takes place in the presence of oxygen. Without oxygen, no combustion or burning can take place, and when it burns, there is formation of carbon dioxide. So this very part, C plus O2, here C is the reactant, O2 is the reactant, and plus it represents combination. That when these two are added or when these two are combined, there is formation of a new substance which we call as carbon dioxide, and along with carbon dioxide there is formation of some heat, or light energy can also be there. So this equation is known as a Joule-Skelton equation. Skelton equation, which shows only the particular reactants in their molecular formula as well as in their chemical symbol formula or representation, and this one also, it is in the molecular formula. Now after the chemical Skelton equation is written, you keep in mind that always any process, whenever it occurs anywhere, the matter is neither created nor it is destroyed. So law of conservation of mass, that is always obeyed. Means if we start with reactants which are having weight equal to 100 gram, so this side products, they will also form of the same mass, that is 100 gram, same weight they will have. No particular products, they are destroyed or they are depleted. However, the condition is that some amount of the product, they may be escaped into the air in the form of water vapor, or some sort may be in the form of heat or light energy. But overall, if we see the amount of products and amount of reactants in every particular chemical process, that always remains same. So due to that, the chemical equations must be balanced, so that their study must be easy. Now if the Skelton equation, like as I had written earlier, now I will write here on the top. If it contains the equal number of atoms on both the sides, if equal number of atoms are written on the both sides, like yesterday we discussed that one atom, it represents the mass of that very element also. So that equation we can say it is balanced. Like one carbon is written, how many carbons? 1. How many oxygens? 1. This one is reactant side, and this one is product side. In order to balance a chemical equation, you need to make two columns, one column for reactant, another column for products, then write down which are the particular atoms involved in that. Only atoms I am saying. And here also you need to write the same atoms, because if reactants are having these atoms, product will also have the same atoms, but their combination is different. So carbon 1 here and oxygen how many? 2 here. So 1 and 1, 2 and 2. So balanced. So it means this equation is balanced. So this equation is a balanced chemical equation. Clear? Many examples are there that we will discuss one by one. So another example, like hydrogen, when it combines with chlorine, there is formation of hydrogen chloride gas, and hydrogen chloride gas is having formula HCl. Hydrogen molecule, which is a gas, it is having formula H2, and chlorine molecule, which is also a gas, that is having formula Cl2. Now this is a general skeleton equation. In order to balance it, what we need to do, we have to divide it in two columns. One is reactant and another one is product column. Reactants, two are present. So one is hydrogen atom, another one is chlorine atom. So hydrogen, how many? 2. Chlorine also 2. This side it is 1, and Cl it is also 1. Now what do you need to do? You need not to change the formula. You need not to change the formula. What do you need to do? Here 1, here 2, here 1 and here 2. It means 2 particular hydrogens we need this side and 2 chlorine we need this side. So if I will multiply this HCl with 2, it will become 2 HCl. So if 2 HCl is given, it means hydrogen will also be 2 and chlorine will also be 2. So this equation, then it will be a balanced chemical equation. So in this way you have to write. First of all, see how many atoms are present on the reactant side, how many on the product side, then calculate which one needs to be balanced, and accordingly you can balance. Clear? Another example, like formation of water. So when hydrogen combines with oxygen, there is formation of water, and this one is known as a reactant side, that one product side. So again very simple, hydrogen 2, oxygen 2, here hydrogen it is 2 and oxygen here it is 1. Now you need to balance the oxygen atoms because hydrogens are already balanced. So how will you balance? You need not to write 2 here, because if you will write 2 here, then it will become H2O2, which is separate formula, and it is not the formula for water, it is for hydrogen peroxide. So then equation will be wrong, totally wrong. You need to write only for balancing here in the front, only you need to change the coefficients. So coefficients 2, if I write here or multiply this whole water by 2, so 2 into 2 it will become 4, 2 into 2 it will become 2 into 1, not 2 into 2, 2 into 1 it will become particularly 2. Now oxygen atoms, they are balanced. Now you see here we are having this side 4 atoms and here only 2. Now what should be done? Multiply this particular by 2. Clear? So it will become 4. So this equation gets balanced. You have to balance it by any particular number, but the number must satisfy equal number of reactants and equal number of products, nothing else. And this method is known as hit and trial method. Hit and trial method of balancing. Like any number, whole number we are using, or you can also use the fractional form, no problem. But what you need to do, you need to balance the chemical equation by keeping in mind that number of reactants and number of products that must be equal. Another example we can discuss, like we have decomposition part, like when lead nitrate, this is the formula for lead nitrate, when it decomposes means breaks down in the presence of heat, there is formation of lead oxide along with nitrogen dioxide gas is given and along with oxygen gas is given. Now this side reactant, that side product. So reactant and product, how we should balance? First of all, write down the number of atoms for each particular type. Lead only one. Nitrogen, now see here, this NO3 is enclosed within the bracket, so outside the bracket 2 is written, so 2 is multiplied by all the particular atoms present inside the bracket, so N into 2, so how much it is? It is 2. O3 is written, so 3 into 2, how much? It is 6, so oxygen it is 6. Now this side Pb, it is 1 because only this side it is present. Then N, it is only 1, and O, it is 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, like here 1, 3 and 5. 4 that side, 1 this side. So it is equal to 5. Clear? Now these lead is balanced, rest all needs to be balanced. How will balance? How will we balance this one? Like if you write here 2, so when 2 is written, all the particulars they get multiplied by 2. Okay, now lead becomes 2. Here also we need to put 2 because lead is only here, so 2 here. Now you see here how many nitrogen atoms? 4. So 4, write down 4 here because nitrogen is not anywhere else, only it is present in this part, this particular molecule. So 4 written here. Now what is left? We have oxygen. So oxygen, just see, 4 into 2, 8, 8 plus 2, 10, and 10 plus 2, it is equal to 12. So all these get multiplied by 2 from this side and on. Seeing this side, it is always equal. So it is equal to 12 this side, 12 this side. Clear to all? So okay, so this was with respect to the chemical equations. Now we have another example we can write the decomposition of potassium chlorate. So potassium chlorate decomposition part. Potassium chlorate, it is having formula KClO3. On heating, there is formation of KCl, along with there is formation of oxygen. Now how this one is balanced? Again same. Write down reactants, number of atoms of the reactant, number of atoms of the products. So K, it is 1, Cl, it is 1, and O, it is 3. This side K, 1, Cl, 1, and O, it is 2. Now you need to balance this one only, and this side it is 2. So if you write 2 here, suppose 2 is written here, so 2 into 2, it will become 4. Then this side it is 3. It will not be balanced. If you write 3 here, so 3 into 2, 6. Like 3 is multiplied by this side, and if 2 is multiplied by this side, so it becomes 6 and 6 that side. So equal oxygen atoms balanced, but in order to make 6 here, we need to multiply it by 2. because then only it will be possible. 2 multiplied by 3, then only it is possible. So 3 into 2 6, 3 into 2 it is 6. Now if 2 written here, it means these also will become double, Ka2 Cl2 and O6 O6 here, K1 Cl1. So here also you need to make 2 here, so it will be balanced. This side also it is equal. So this equation, the above one, it is a balanced chemical equation. So in this way you have to write the chemical equations, and you need to practice all these.